Hello everyone, I am Dr. Lalit Kumar Gupta, working in Krishna Engineering College Applied Science Department. Once again, I welcome my video lecture series Engineering Physics. Now in this video section, we are going to discuss a Davison and German experiment. With the help of this experiment, we will try to verify the de Broglie hypothesis or try to prove the wave-like character of electron. Is it possible or not? So many experimental setup are already discussed here in the past years. Who is the first person? The first person is the Davison German. So if a material particle have like character, wave-like character, so they are expected to show some phenomena like interference, like diffraction, like polarization. So this conclusion was put to experimental test and found true. The first experimental evidence that the stream of material particles show wave-like property was given Davison and German. They not only confirm the existence of wave associated with electron by detecting the de Broglie wave, but also succeeding the measuring their wavelength also. So this is a very unique experimental setup. With the help of this experimental setup, we are going to verify the wave-like character of electron. So here is the simple setup which we are going to discuss. What is the setup? So this is a very simple setup. Here we use the filament. This is the filament. Here is the two slit. Suppose we naming the S1 and S2. With the help of two slit we can obtain the fine electron beam. Here is the high voltage battery, and this is the voltage divider. And this one is called the galvanometer cylinder, and this one is called the electron detector. With the help of this detector we can identify the intensity of the diffracting wave, and the most prominent factor with the help of we can find out the wave-like character. This one is called nickel crystal. Here we are using the nickel crystal, and this nickel crystal is work as the diffraction grating. So let's go to the methodology of this Davison-German experiment. The electron are produced by the thermonic emission from tungsten filament mounted into electron gun. This one. Here the act is a thermonic emission. The ejected electron are accelerated. Here is the electron ejected. This electron ejected towards anode, an electric field of potential difference, and collimated into the two narrow beam. This is the first narrow beam and second the two collimated into two narrow beam by two slit. Okay, the narrow beam of electron allowed it to fall normally on the crystal. They strike normally on the crystal, and this here is the crystal. This one is the electron beam. This normally electron strike on the crystal, and this crystal act here the diffraction grating. We already discussed all the crystal act as a diffraction grating and diffracted by all the direction. And diffracted electron, when the electron strike this particular crystal, the electron diffracted all the direction. And these diffracted electron detected by this electron detector, how much intensity will be diffracted by different potential when we applied potential. So, and different potential, suppose we apply the 30 voltage, when apply the 40 voltage and 44 voltage and 50 voltage. So here is the detector to identify the intensity of the electron. So what will we do? First of all, low potential applied, so that the beam of slow motion, so electron beam emerge out from the electron gun and fall upon the crystal to collected the diffracted electron and note down the corresponding galvanometer current at each position. Okay, so here we first evaluate the low potential. Low potential means suppose we applied the 40 voltage, and if then apply the slowly and slowly we increase the potential difference. So with the help of the potential difference we measure the plot the graph between the intensity and voltage. We plot so many graph here at the 40 voltage and 44 voltage and 48 volt and 54 volt and 60 volt. So what we'll do with the help of this particular graph, we will try to find out the which particular potential where the graph is change, extraordinary change. So it is observed that the curve, that the voltage of 40 volt, a smooth curve is obtained here. When we apply the 40 voltage, the curve is smooth. Okay, nothing is especially changed, and we obtained the bump began to appear in a 44 volt. Here is the bump. This bump is began appear to at 44 voltage. Potential difference further increase when we increase slowly and slowly voltage increase, the bump start shifting. This is here the bump start the is shifting, and the maximum and become the most prominent in the curve of 54 volt. Here is the maximum bump where we satisfy the equation of the Bragg law. Here is the 54 volt where the diffraction angle is a 50 degree. So how we calculate the 50 degree? We will discuss in the later. So here is the maximum bump where the diffraction is the maximum. So how can we identify? We can identify with the help of this plotting the graph. Okay, beyond the 54 volt, what happened beyond the 54? The bump is gradually diminishes and become insignificant at 68 volt. Here, when slowly this particular bump is diminishes and come to the original position like this. So this is the maxima where the curve is followed the initial position. So according to the X-ray analysis, nickel crystal actually the FCC, this act as a diffraction grating and create the, when we discuss the about the nickel crystal, here suppose the nickel crystal, and okay, so nickel crystal, this is the nickel crystal, the interplanar spacing between the two plane is 0.091 nanometer or 0.91 Armstrong. Okay, so here is the 0.9 Armstrong or 0.091 nanometer, the interplanar spacing between the two planes. Okay, corresponding angle of the incident relative to the family of Bragg law. As per the Bragg law, we already know that what is the angle. This is the phi angle. Phi is the maximum is when we find out 180 degrees, the total is the 180. Okay, minus the diffraction angle 50 divided by 2 is we got the 65 degree. So theta is equal, here is the theta is equal to 65 degree. So we use according to the Bragg law. We already know that what is the Bragg law. Bragg law is the n lambda d sin theta. N is the order, number of order. Here is the order is the 1. Okay, so n is equal to 1. So now calculate the lambda. What is the lambda value? So lambda is equal to d is equal to 0.091 sin 65 degree. So what is the value of 65 degree? So the value is 0.091 into 0.605. This is the value of 906. Okay, so this one is a 906, which is near about 0.165 nanometer. So this is the result of the Davison-Germer experiment, the wavelength which is emerged out at the maximum 54 volt is near about the 0.165 nanometer. So, is it verify or not? So, we will try to the de Broglie hypothesis formula here to apply the according to the de Broglie hypothesis formula. So, according to de Broglie hypothesis, lambda is equal to h upon under root 2 MEV. This is the de Broglie hypothesis formula. So, substitute all the value of this value. H is the Planck constant. So Planck constant is 6.63 10 to the power minus 34. 6.63 10 to the power minus 34 upon under root 2.